Hello, ciao. Lino Bonnici come back against you. This time, really, I'm very shocking. Really, I'm very shocking about what happened after the Russian decision to withdraw the forces from Syria. What Russian Syria withdrawal could actually mean. Russia has shocked the world twice in the last 24 hours. First, by announcing that it was to withdraw most of its forces from Syria, and second, by appearing to implement such a move. However, many have been left scratching their heads as to why Russia and its leader, President Vladimir Putin, are suddenly appearing so cooperative. After months of sparking protests from the West and bolstering the Syrian regime with its military action in Syria, ostensibly aimed at combating the terrorist militant group that call itself the terroristic Islamic State, but mainly seen as a way to protect the Syrian state represented by the President Mr. Bashar al-Assad. Well, just hours after making the surprise announcement on Tuesday morning, Russia's defense ministry says that the country had begun the withdrawal of military requirements from the war-torn country news agency RIA Novosti Arab Morning. When contacted by CNBC, the Ministry of Defense was unable to comment on the withdrawal. However, later on Tuesday, Russia's deputy defense minister said that the country's air force would continue airstrikes against terrorists in Syria. RIA Novosti reported, according to Reuters, prompting confusion over the extent of Russia's withdrawal. Well, is this Putin flying the ball? The announcement seen is a ball from blow by analysts. By camp is the United Nations-led peace talks aimed at resolving the 5-year civil war in Syria, a complex fight between troops loyal to Assad, ISIS militants, and rebel group terroristics, all vying for control of the country, resumed in Geneva. Analysts were quick to assess not just the timing of the announcement, but just why Russia, a country without the code following international sanctions for its annexation of Crimea and role in the pro-Russian uprising in East Ukraine, announced winning many friends for supporting Assad militarily either, and effectively abandoned its long-standing ally, at least in a military sense. Cliff Thompson, Isaac Kemmer, and Alexander Clements from Eurasia Group said in a note later on Monday that Putin had a number of motives for making the announcement, as the main factor was Russia's desire to improve its negative image on the global stage. Third, Putin has achieved a key goal of bolstering Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and ended the discussion of his removal by forces. Second, it is certainly no coincidence that Putin played this card on the very day that United Nations forced peace talks resumed. Putin was also pressuring Assad to mentally engage in talks with the goal of reaching a near-term power-sharing arrangement and longer-term constitutional reform and elections. The abrupt Russian move suggests Assad was resisting at least some of these calls, the Eurasia Group said. Also, the Russian elite strongly wants to come in from the cold, gradually in the aftermath of the Ukraine conflict, since the exception. The analysts said, with the announcement indicating that the Kremlin seeks an improved image, particularly with its major trading partner, the European Union. Wait and see right now. While the United Nations and Syrian opposition forces cautiously welcomed Putin's announcement on Monday, there was skepticism elsewhere. For one, the White House said it would have to wait to assess Russia's true intentions until its officials say they had no advance warning of Russia's withdrawal. Russia's military intervention in Syria has been seen as a stumbling block to peace, as its forces have revolved opposition rebels rather than exclusively targeting ISIS, and it could take time for trust to be restored between Russia and other global powers trying to broker up peace deal in Syria. As such, White House press secretary to an analyst was cautious in his response to the latest announcement, saying that Russia previously handed the bag to peace. We have talked about how Russia's continued military intervention to bring down the Assad regime made the efforts to reach a political transition even more difficult. That is alone as Russia was aggressively wastering its military. They were removing at least part of the incentive for the regime to engage in those conversations. Eurasia Group were also unsure whether the withdrawal would have any traction in the European Union with whom Russia has a fractured relationship due to sanctions restricting trade. The analysts were worried. We still believe the European Union is acting or renewing sector sanctions before they expire on 31 July. Today's move may affect European actions later this year or early in 2070. Finally, we don't know the extent of the withdrawal Russia will implement. The Kremlin has announced that much of the infrastructure will remain intact, including air bases at Tartus and Latakia, but we will expect a reduction of assets that will limit Russia's offensive military capabilities in Syria.